What is up, guys? Sam from the Madden YouTube channel. Today's video, we're going to talk about a way to get stupid toxic with a quarterback run cocktail that is extremely hard to stop. But before we get into the video, please do me a favor, hit that subscribe button. Also, make sure you guys take the time to hit that notification bell so you don't miss any of the uploads coming your way here on the Madden YouTube channel. If you guys want to take your game to the next level in Madden 21, check out my strategy site, gridirongameplans.gg. Gridiron Game Plans is your one-stop source for all things competitive Madden. Every week in our Vault update, we take a look at the meta, or the most effective tactics available being used by pro Madden players on the MCS circuit, breaking down not only how and why the pros do what they do, but most importantly, how you can counter those metas when you face them in online gameplay. On top of that, your subscription also includes any and every offensive and defensive game plan released on the website while your subscription is active. So head over to gridirongameplans.gg, $9.95 per month unlocks the entire website. And I just released my 245 defensive game plan last week. And if you're watching this video today when it drops, I'm actually unlocking the vault for this week's installment today as well. So head over to the site. It's all unlocked for one low price. Okay, guys, without further ado, let's get into today's video. We're going to be talking about an overlap tip. This is something that I did on the channel when I first started off early in the year. The videos weren't really getting a ton of views. That's kind of the growth arc of any channel. You have to start off and just work your way up. So I am going to show you guys something that was actually on the website on Gridiron Game Plans early on in the year. My subscribers over there knew about this back in September. And then I did a tip on the YouTube channel a few months back, and then now I'm going to show you guys something that you should be doing with this tactic to make it extremely annoying, because the tip that I provided a couple months ago was only really good when your quarterback had stamina. As you guys know, quarterbacks are all about stamina this year. They tend to miss throws. Their gunslinger is worse. They'll fumble more if they are tired. And that also means that you can't really run them as much when they're tired as well. And you can't scramble as fast when they're tired as well. So what we're going to be talking about today is a cocktail that will allow you to run a spread RPO based offense for those of you that just want to have fun with the game and attack the man coverage meta with something kind of toxic. So what we're going to be doing is stacking the escape artist along with recuperation. And what recuperation is an ability that allows your player, whoever has it, to regenerate their stamina at an increased rate. You guys will notice that if you're in the middle of a game and you start to kind of scroll through your formations or, wait at the play call menu, that a player's fatigue is shown by what color their little dot is on the field. Now, in practice mode, your players will always stay blue, but obviously there are shades of yellow, orange, dark orange, red, and then honestly it's like a navy or a really dark blue color when they're almost completely gassed. And for every 5 seconds or so that you wait at the play call menu, the shade goes one shade more in the direction of being healthier or having more stamina, if you will. And what the recuperation is going to do is it's basically going to keep your quarterback in the blue and you can kind of run him ragged. So what I would do with this particular tactic is I would go into your coaching adjustments. I would set them to all carrier conservative. And the reason that you're going to want to do that is just to make sure that you are going to not fumble, and you will obviously be running at full speed with your escape artist and then using the recuperation to basically regenerate that fatigue. So play to play, your quarterback is always a run threat, whether it be as a passer, scrambling, or on these RPOs where you're basically turning them into triple option. So let's go ahead and talk about the tip that was kind of breaking down early on. And that was an RPO that I was running out of the gun doubles offset week. And this was the RPO Orbit Sweet Peak. You'll notice that I've run this 142 times this year. It was almost all in September before fatigue was a huge problem. And you notice that I cashed in at about 11.3 yards per carry on this run. I was not handing it to the running back, and I was not throwing the bubble screen to the backside on this, even though you could if you wanted to do either of those two things. What I was actually doing was keeping the ball with an escape artist quarterback and following my blockers. Now for this, your quarterback's handedness matters very greatly. If you have a right-handed quarterback, you need to pay attention to how the handoffs work. So let me go ahead and show this to you on the field. I'm going to put this, so we're trying to run the ball to the wide side of the field. You'll notice that if the auto motion on this play or the arc bubble goes to the handedness side of the quarterback, so I'm going to snap this ball here, that when you finish this running back quarterback mesh, your escape artist can kick in right away. And then you can follow your blockers and try to pick up major yards. Now, as you guys can imagine, there's a number of mobile quarterbacks in this year's game. You've got guys like Vic, Cunningham, Kyler Murray can run, Russell Wilson can run, Josh Allen can run. There's a lot of quarterbacks in the game that can run. You don't have to use the escape artist for this tip if you don't want to, but you're going to notice a pretty aggressive advantage in running if you just use the escape artist and then kind of set up your blocks accordingly. Now, right here, it's not really popping for us, but I want to take it a step further. We all know that one of the most popular defensive metas this year is coming out in nickel 3-3-5 with safeties at outside linebacker. And then you go ahead and audible into the Mike Blitz 0. Typically, you're going to have one step ahead at a lot of spots. And players will go ahead and put these guys right here on the edge into purple zones. And what this is going to do is this is going to back these guys off the line, allowing us to attack them with this buck quarterback keeper, buck sweep quarterback keep. So what ends up happening is this guy's the user is responsible in the middle of the field. They're kind of playing the one step ahead. They're pressing, they're shading up over the top, shading outside. Sometimes they shade down and inside, but this is basically the meta, right? And these guys are set to 25 yards. So they're really bailing out at the snap. What this is going to allow you to do, now this play does have a tell in the RPO with the auto motion, but there are RPOs out there that don't, and we'll show you one as well. This is going to allow you to kind of get out and attack these guys. And you see how they're just backing off the line. If you can catch a block on them, depending on the type of RPO that you call, you're going to be in really good shape. Now, I can't show this to you because EA puts abilities in the game and they don't give us the ability to adjust. But you have to imagine that after you've run a quarterback and taken a hit, he does get tired. Well, that recuperation is going to get you back into the blue without really having to wait forever at the line of scrimmage. So now let me go ahead and show you another RPO that's very similar, but is better because it doesn't have the auto motion. And that really signifies two things. One, the auto motion tells that it's the RPO after you've run it once. And two, the auto motion, it tells you the exact time at which the ball's going to be snapped. So if anybody wants to shoot the gap or time a manual rush between the gaps, that makes that a lot easier to stop that run in general. So now let's go ahead and kick over to the gun wing slot weak, and we're going to flip this as well. And we're going to run the RPO Sweet Peak out of that. Again, against the nickel 3-3-5, audibled into the nickel 3-3-5 wide, Mike Blitz with the press, the shade over the top, and obviously those 25-yard purple zones that are so popular. So, you know, this defense is, you know, the meta, and this guy's responsible for the deep middle of the field, which is why I'm putting him in the deep blue, and I'll click off of him here. But what you're going to notice is that, again, with this escape artist, this is going to be a really good run. You just catch one or two blocks. This could end up being a massive run for you. You see right there, that 25-yard purple zone continues to back up over and over and over again on this play. You're going to see that it really doesn't react to the play at all because the game thinks it's a pass. I mean, you have to think about it. This is a run pass option. So at this point, this purple zone, which is funny enough being blocked by number 87, backs off and starts backpedaling into his zone. It's not until the quarterback crosses the line of scrimmage where he realizes it's a run, and now his pursuit angle is a little bit messed up, and you're going to be able to scamper for a nice gain, and then you're right back into recuperation, giving your quarterback a chance to go right back to it the very next play. Now, this is also great against the nickel 3-3-5 wide meta because so many players like to run their defense like this, where they will go ahead and try to manually blitz through the middle with their user. Again, I will click off right here. But again, if that guy doesn't come through clean, you're going to be able to scamper outside, and now all of a sudden they don't have a user, and you're picking up 15 plus yards like you've seen my averages tend to be on these RPOs. Now, it's up to you what you want to do with this, but again, I strongly urge you that if you want to run a scheme like this, it could be a real pain for your opponents if you are running Escape Artist Recuperation. I would probably recommend Escape Artist Recuperation and then probably Gunslinger, I'm not sure what that cap total would be, but then you could spend the rest on apprentices, whether it's a backfield master, tight end apprentice, slot apprentice, whatever you want to do to kind of give yourself extra routes that your gunslinger quarterback that has escape artist and recuperation can still throw to. So what you'll end up with is probably a 6 or 7 AP quarterback that can run and throw gunslinger throws, and then you could spend the other 5 AP how you wish, whether it's pass protecting or abilities or apprentice abilities that can give you more routes on the field. But what you're going to do is you're going to go into your concepts in your playbook and go over to, or you could go to play type as well if you wanted, and go over to RPO. And then you're going to take a look at the peak RPOs, and then you're also going to take a look at the read RPOs. So let's show you an RPO zone read play that you could run as well. So as you guys know, the inside zone is one of the runs that the 3-3-5 wide shoots really well. You know, players will, again, kind of offset their player, and then they'll try to shoot through the middle against the RPO by kind of standing right here or offsetting their user a little bit. And when that RPO happens, or I'm sorry, the inside zone happens, they try to fly through the middle and get that hit stick in the backfield. This is something a lot of players love to do. Well, with this particular tactic now, you're going to be able to keep the ball with your quarterback and scramble right by that player as he goes to try to tackle the running back. So, you know, in this scenario, obviously I'm going to have trouble kind of shooting this gap here, but what you're going to notice is that, you know, they go to shoot through the middle, you're going to be able to keep the ball with the quarterback and scramble. Now, obviously right there, I wasn't able to hold both controllers at the same time, but you would escape artist to the outside and get away from that. Or, you know, if they're not trying to shoot the gap, if they're just lined up like so, and they're doing the purple zone thing, you know, you're still going to be able to attack them pretty well with this particular setup by kind of, you know, just scrambling the opposite direction. So just kind of holding up on the stick and then hit that escape artist right through the middle. And I'm sorry, right there, I've actually got the backup quarterback in the game as well, which kind of shows a little bit something different here. This is Streveler, who's got 89 speed. And what you're going to see here is that, you know, you don't have to have the escape artist. You can still pick up decent yardage on runs. So for those of you that don't want to spend the AP on an all-out running quarterback for this particular type of offense, you could still go ahead and stick with the field general that has High Route Master and Gunslinger, and then keep a Mike Vick or a Randall Cunningham on your bench to go ahead and do this. And you don't have to have the escape artist. You can still, you know, get pretty quick control. Now, obviously you still have to have stick work. The escape artist is going to give you control faster. You're going to be able to, you know, pick up yardage, you know, a little bit more quicker or more quickly in this position, but you know, it's something you could do if you wanted. Now, let me go ahead and put Kyler Murray back in the game. Sorry about that. So we go back to, I believe that was the gun doubles and the doubles offset that was. We'll put Kyler in here, and you could go right back to that zone RPO peak where you could keep the ball with your quarterback against this. So now this is something that I hope you guys will entertain as something that can keep the game fresh for you. I think that it's pretty invaluable to have the ability to, with your quarterback, run like this and use everybody as, you know, blockers, and have the fact that, you know, because it's a run pass option, everyone that has a coverage assignment, if the ball isn't handed off to the running back, backpedals. And the fact that they're backpedaling while the escape artist is running right up the middle, you see right here, everybody kind of thinks it's a pass play at this point. They don't know it's a run play until you cross the line of scrimmage, which is reminiscent of the quarterback draw being so powerful early in the year. And you could very easily see why slapping recuperation on an escape artist quarterback could be something later on in the year when a lot of those top level players get Madden fatigue. I can see them working those types of gimmicks into their offense. But you guys heard it here first on the YouTube channel, and those of you that have been on Gridiron Game Plans have known it since back in September. So now we're just adding that recuperation ability to it and seeing if we could really take that tip to the next level. If you guys like this video, make sure you guys give it a thumbs up. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, or complaints, drop those below as well. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. Check out gridirongameplans.gg. $9.95 per month will unlock the entire website. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. If not, we'll give it another crack tomorrow. We'll see you then. Get in the lab and good luck.